I don't think I showed off this amazing poster yesterday. I tweeted about it, but I didn't show it off in the vlog.
Don't.
It's an incredible piece of art, and it makes me angry. It makes me very angry. Also, we solved our fridge problem last night, but I need to unsolve the fridge problem before we go, because that would have been too loud. Where's the light switch for that? There we go. Hello everyone and welcome to Monday. Getting started, getting out of here. It's not yet 9 a.m. We have to go get some breakfast, and then we can look at chairs, which is really exciting. What's the name of the place we're going? Famous Toastery?
Oh, to eat? I think so.
Yeah. There's a place on Yelp that looked really good and it's really close, so let's go grab some breakfast. Famous Toastery was good. I didn't even realize whenever we went, but it was kind of very much on brand for us because all of the imagery in the restaurant was of toast, and I was like, breakfast stream. Mallory had an omelet. What was in the omelet? It was like a custom omelet that you made.
Avocado, bacon, and bell peppers.
That's it.
It was a little dry.
Well, I ordered the huevos rancheros, which Mallory told me not to do. She told me not to do it. She said, "You really want to have beans? You didn't go to the bathroom yesterday. Are you sure you want to have beans?" And I was like, maybe. And it was basically it looked like an entire can of black beans in a bowl with eggs on top. And it was good. It was just like an immense amount of black beans. So I ate most of it, but I could not finish it. That being said, I now have a Molotov cocktail of black beans and coffee in my stomach. And this can never end well. That's okay. It's time to go try out chairs. I would be careful not to, poop in them. So before we left Charlotte, we went to two different furniture stores because today was really the search for the chair. And when I went into this search, looking for a new office chair, I had gotten some advice from Jeff, something that he told me very recently, kind of stuck with me. He said, you will spend however much on a car that you're really not going to use all that often. I mean, yeah, a car is important. It gets you from point A to point B. He said, but, you're not using a car that often, and it's going to cost you a lot of money. Wouldn't it make sense to spend a good deal of money on a chair that you're going to sit in 80 hours a week? And I had never considered it that way. In my mind, there was kind of like a hard mental limit on how much you should spend on a chair. And I've never really owned a super nice chair. In college, I had a pretty cheap chair. The chair I've owned since then was that one over there. And it's a pretty nice chair. It's not terribly ergonomic, but it's been comfortable. Long term, is it doing anything for my back? Probably not. It's a bit like sitting in a lazy boy recliner, which, is comfortable, but probably not something you should be sitting in for 80 hours a week. So I took what Jeff said to heart, and we don't have anything around here, any stores around here that have these higher end office chairs. So one of the companies that was recommended, and a lot of people seem to really like, is Herman Miller. So I looked at Herman Miller chairs a little bit online, and I had a vague idea of the cost, but I figured I should at least try them out. So one of the official distributors was a place called Design Within Reach in Charlotte, so we went there first. Super nice place, maybe too nice. A place that was definitely out of the realm of price points for Mal and myself. We have $8 IKEA tables, and they had tables that didn't look terribly different, and they were hundreds and sometimes thousands of dollars in there. So it was literally the stuff had names. You know what I mean? They were designed by a person, and that's what made them so expensive. I'm sure the furniture was nice, but it was crazy, crazy expensive. And there was someone who helped us. and we went in there, and I told him I was looking for an office chair, and I said, I really want to try and find something that has mesh because my office is super hot. I want to find something with a mesh bottom and a mesh back, ideally. And she looked at me and she said, you need an Aeron. And I was like, okay. I've heard of that. I've never tried it, but I've heard of it. They come in 3 sizes, A, B, and C, and I needed a C because I'm big. I'm a big person. And I sat in it, and it was extremely comfortable. The thing that makes those chairs so interesting is that they have so many different parts you can adjust. You can truly customize that chair to your heart's content. And the idea is that that's what you'll do. You'll get everything tweaked just perfect where it's comfortable for you and you're not putting any strain on your body, so you can work at your computer way more than you probably should. So I tried the chair, and they didn't have any like prices on anything, and I wasn't really sure how much the Aeron was. I knew that was like a flagship chair, and I figured it was probably expensive, but I didn't know exactly how expensive. So I said, I like the chair. Curious to know how much the chair is. So she showed me the price. The chair was $1,275, and that's before tax. So you're looking at like $1,300. It was a $1,300 chair. And again, there's nothing in my mind that has ever associated that kind of money with a chair. And that is a lot of money to spend on a chair. And I understand, again, I'm spending most of my life in the chair, but that's a lot of money on a chair. So I said, well, I've gotten a chance to sit in this. And I also tried some of the other chairs there. They were a Herman Miller distributor, so they had like the Mira and the Calm. I don't know. There's a few different names. I don't remember them. So I thanked them for their time, and we left. And then we went over to a different place. And the other place we went to was OSI, and that is the place that we went in March when Mallory was looking for a chair. She ultimately didn't get a chair there, but you may recall the scene of the huge warehouse of chairs in there. She ended up getting a chair from IKEA, but we remembered that place, and we thought it was a pretty cool store. So we went back there, and they greeted us at the door, and they're like, hey, how can I help you? And I said, well, I'm looking for an office chair. I'm looking for something preferably that has mesh on the bottom and the back. And she said, okay, what's your budget? And I was like, well, I just looked at the chair that was wildly expensive, and I would like to spend ideally less than that. I just want to, see what you have. And she said, how about a used Herman Miller Aeron? And I was like, I just sat in one of those. And she goes, oh. She said, this one is used. She said, you got to come try it out. So I went and I sat in the chair, and I understand it was used, and it's in a warehouse. So like things are a little dirty. But the chair otherwise seemed fine. I looked over the chair. And the thing about this company is that what they do is they wait for businesses to go out of business, and then they come in and they buy all the liquidated stock, and then they resell it. So generally, this stuff doesn't even have anything wrong with it. It's just been used. It's not that it's defective. It's just that the company that originally owned these chairs that used it for their employees no longer exists. So I was like, okay. And I was worried. I was like, I know it's used, but how much could it be? I said, how much is this chair? And she said, $500. I was like, holy crap. That is $800 cheaper than the other place. So I mulled over the bit, and I tried some of the other chairs they had there. But, the Aeron is like their flagship chair, and $500 is still very expensive. It's more than I've ever spent on a chair. I think that chair was maybe $350, but somewhere in that area. And I was like, it's still a lot of money. And I was like, you gotta remember what Jeff said. This is a good chair. And a lot of times people buy these chairs and they have them for life. And I was like, all right. So I did it. And I got the Aeron. And there it is. It's a wild looking chair. I know it's got some weird shapes, but they're very, very comfortable to sit in. And importantly, it's mesh. It's got a mesh bottom, a mesh top, and there is a ton of stuff that is adjustable about it. It is the most I've ever spent on an office chair, but I'm trying to keep in mind that this is what I do. And I do sit in the chair, usually 80 hours a week. And now that I'm getting older, I'm probably going to need something that is giving me proper support in all the right places so I don't hurt myself. So I got it. And again, like it seems pretty new. Now, one thing about this is that these Herman Millers, they come in all sorts of different varieties. Like they have all sorts of different options you can have for changing stuff. And this one, as far as I know, is mostly fully featured except for the fact that it doesn't have adjustable tension in the lumbar support. The lumbar support slides up or down, but it doesn't have the adjustable one. I just say that because the one that I tried at the really expensive store had like adjustable tension. But when I tried this in the warehouse, I was like, it's fine. I'm not really sure. I don't need that other feature. And again, for saving that much money, holy piss. So yeah, I'm excited. Last year, Mal got a iPad for our anniversary, and this year I got a chair. And I'm excited about it. And the other thing I wanted in a chair was I wanted a low profile that I could, do episodes of Morning Mario or stream or whatever in the chair. And I got that because I had been moving the office chair and a different chair back and forth, and that's stupid. So now I'll just have the one chair. As far as how I feel about it, it's going to take me some time, to use it, but I'm excited. Now, it doesn't have the warranty, obviously, because it's used, but I figure, I've never had to call in the warranty on any of these other chairs I've owned, and that they haven't been half as nice as this one, so I'll probably be okay. And the company, the warehouse company, OSI, does warrant it for some amount of time themselves. It's just not Herman Miller's normal, I think it's 12-year warranty, but I'm going to trust that the chair will hold up. Anyway, so that happened. Oh, and we're home. You probably tell that we're home. It's not a terribly far drive from Charlotte, and we got the chair. Oh, and another thing, it's not up here. Mal's wanted a file cabinet for a while, and all of the nice file cabinets seem to be in the $200 to $300 range to get one that's not just going to fall apart. And in the warehouse, along with the chairs, they had really nice file cabinets, and we picked one up, and it was, I think, $80, which is pretty good. Mal's wanted a file cabinet forever because we have loads of files, and they are not filed. They're shoved in bags. They're shoved in plastic bags and then tied off, and the bags are thrown into a box. And it's dumb. That's dumb. You probably shouldn't do that. But now we can fix it because we got a file cabinet. Boys are happy we're home. And they're ready. They're ready for another meal. They're like, okay.
It's fourth meal time.
It's fourth meal time. Where's the food? My parents take care of the cats whenever we're out of town, so they had to feed them. My dad came over and did that. And there's also something shifted. There's also a gift. It's an anniversary gift from my parents. Should we open it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Happy anniversary to the both of you. On this special day, I hope you'll enjoy thinking about the things that make your marriage meaningful. The love you've shared, the memories you're making, and the happiness ahead. Dear Stephen and Mel, wishing you both a happy day as you celebrate another year together, another year of being with the one you love. Happy anniversary. You both are so loved very much, so thankful you found each other, blessing on a lifetime of happiness.
Oh, sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. It's hard to believe it's been 8 years. That's a long time.
Yeah.
Well, what's in this thing?
I don't know.
I guess we'll find out.
Are you ready?
It's rolling around, whatever it is.
Are you ready for this?
I'm ready. What is it? Is it a puzzle? Oh my lord.
It's a cat puzzle.
Cats. 1,000-piece cats. And above it says, beware of people who dislike cats. Irish proverb. Oh, and it's got a bunch of cats on it, obviously, because it's cats. And then it also has little facts about cats and little quotes from people about cats.
Purring is an automatic safety valve device for dealing with happiness overflow.
This is really cute. Thank you, guys. I appreciate this. This is wonderful. I'm hoping in the very near future to get some more opportunities to put together some puzzles, and this will be a welcomed addition to that. It's got fun little cat quotes on it. That was thoughtful. I can't believe that we've been married 8 years.
I mean, tomorrow.
I mean, yeah. But still, it was 8 years ago tonight that our parents met for the first time.
Yep.
Which is wild that we had been dating and engaged and all that for that many years, and then it was like, well, we get married tomorrow. You guys should probably meet each other. Yeah, that was 8 years ago, and the vlog existed back then. So like you can watch it. It's wild, man.
It's wild.
Anyway, thank you guys for this. I appreciate this. I'm going to go ahead and end it here. The night is actually still kind of young, but...
still not feeling great.
Yeah. I've been real sick yesterday and real sick today, and I talked a little bit... yesterday about being really fevered, and I didn't really have a way to test that. But I just felt so hot yesterday, and today I felt pretty good. But whenever we were nearly home, I started to feel that fever again. And when I got home, I took my temperature, and it was 100, and I was like, "Cool." So I'm not sure what is giving me fever.
But if you don't feel well tomorrow, we'll call the doctor.
Yeah. If I don't see a significant improvement tomorrow, then I might do something about it. I don't know. We'll see. Because I've been taking Mucinex to break up the chest congestion, and I've been taking Tylenol or ibuprofen whenever to try and deal with the fever. But I'm hoping to see some improvements because it's not fun. So I'm going to get another full night's rest tonight.
Good.
Anyway. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, let's meet back tomorrow, shall we? He really wants that ribbon.
Ribbon.
He's like under here desperately trying to get at this ribbon. That's not what it's for though. It's not for that.
It's like a secondary present, but for Sagan.
Oh my lord.